Okay, so here's today's find. It's a Ryobi HT26. And this was at the end of someone's driveway in the trash pile. Now, it looks brand new. I don't see any signs of use, or very little use. But there is one telltale sign that it has been used. And unfortunately, it's probably a fatal one. Absolutely no compression. So, you know, I could guess what happened here. I mean, most likely they ran it without oil, 2-cycle oil, and it probably lasted all of 5 minutes. But let's take it to bits and see exactly what happened to this. You know, even though I'm not fixing this one, hopefully it'll show someone, you know, how to take one of these apart if you're having a problem. And, you know, I'm not going to show how to put it back together, but it's pretty much play the video in reverse and you'll be all set. So, one thing I'm kind of curious about actually before I get in too far is I'm going to pop this spark plug out and see if the piston is moving. And if it is, I might put some oil in there just to see if I get any compression back. Yeah, piston's not moving, so confirmed it exploded internally. You can see that's the cylinder down there. It actually doesn't look scored up or anything. So before I go too much further, I'm actually going to check the recoil on this. Potentially it is not spinning the engine, which would mean I have to put all this back on. And it's kind of in a tough spot to get at. It looks like I actually have to unbolt this trimmer assembly. Potentially I could undo up here. Yeah, let me try that. That would give me access to, I think, the recoil. So this is still being held on. I detached the throttle cable, but this here is the kill wire that goes over to the magneto. So in order to access that, I probably need to pull this cover off, which it looks like it's ready to come off as soon as I get this out of the way. You know what? This engine's good. I'm turning this clutch down here, and I don't know if you can see that. Piston's going up and down. So, purely a recoil problem. Guess I should have paid attention where all these screws came out of. Okay, so you're supposed to use a clutch removal tool to torque this off, but I mean, God, I probably didn't even apply a foot-pound to this and it came right off. So this recoil assembly actually looks fine. All the teeth are there. The springs are working, so that engages the teeth. When the engine spins up, you know, these kind of rotate out of the way due to centrifugal force. It seems like the issue is that if I'm just gonna take this sleeve off, this is the shaft which turns the engine. Anyway, I can't turn it right now because I have the cord in there. But I can turn this freely. And the shaft's not moving. So I'm guessing there's a, what do you call it? I'm actually thinking the flywheel has just a tab sticking out. So there's no actual key. The key's built into this. So in order to fix this, you need a new flywheel. It's been about a week. The new part finally came in, and it looks like the correct part. So I'm gonna take this clutch back off, put the new part on, you know, piece everything together and see what she will do. So I can tell you right away, the diameter of the hole on this new part is smaller. So I do not think it's the right part. But I could be wrong. Interesting. So the original flywheel is kind of loose on that shaft. So I don't know if that had something to do with the failure. It almost doesn't seem right. Now the shaft does seem to get a little wider down here, so maybe it does go on snug. But let's try getting this one all the way down, see what happens. So I'm not sure how far down it's supposed to be, but I can tell by looking at the magneto. It's not quite centered. It looks like it could go down a little bit more. So I'm going to try to find something to put on here to give it a few light taps. All right, so this is the best thing I could come up with. It's a 3/4 inch deep socket. Fits in there pretty good, although it is almost the same height as the shaft, so I don't want to start hammering down on the shaft. So instead I'm going to use another socket and give it a few taps. Okay, good. This is the one that came with it. I'm assuming it's good, judging by the general good condition of this. The only thing I worth noting, which I did note in the beginning, you know, this primer, it's a little bit hard to push. It's actually not too bad, but since I have it out and I have another carburetor with a brand new one, I'm just gonna swap these two. I could probably swap the whole carburetor, but I'm going to stick with the one that came with it because most likely the jets are dialed in already on that one. All right, had to go back to start. Did not connect the kill wire. And the only way to access it is by removing just about everything. There, like it never happened. So we're kind of back to where we were. And next up, I want to reattach this piece here. Let's bring it outside and see what it does. Thanks for watching.